Well, now let's discuss how to create PNR, how to add mandatory elements in PNR. Well, mandatory elements of PNR are passengers, flight segment, time limit, and phone number. Let's start create PNR from flight segment, and let's start reservation from availability display. Of course, it's possible to start reservation from Best Buy display, but we will talk about it a bit later. And this PNR is test PNR, so I create PNR in training mode MXR. Availability. First, it will be one entry, then city pair, then the day. How to book seat from availability display. Entry will be 0, then line number, then booking code, for example, N, then how many seats I want to book. So 0, 1, and 2 mean that I want to book 2 seats in N booking code from the first line in availability display. Well, system started to create PNR. You will see record locator. You will see status of this PNR. PNR is new. I just started to create it. Then warning NC mean number of seat. System tell me that number of seat and number of passengers are not equal. When I add 2 passengers with seat in this PNR, there will this message will disappear. Then next line is my agency code, my operator number, then my terminal, then well, my agency is airline agent. So here you can see stock. Stock is airline ticket, not BSP ticket, it's airline ticket. Then here is my ticket office number, then city of my ticket office and country of the city. So this line is info about who create this PNR, and when I finish this PNR, there will be info when this PNR was created. Then I add flight in PNR. Line number is 1, the first line number, then flight segment, then flight number, then booking code, the day, pair of airport, status of flight segment is half sold now. When I finish this PNR, this status will be changed for HK. Then how many seats I book, departure and arrival time, local time for this airport. Then airline system, it's inventory airline system, and then E mean e-ticket is possible. Then system add time limit in this PNR. Default time limit is 30 minutes after reservation made. It's not real time limit. When I finish this PNR and if I'm not going to issue ticket right now, I can change time limit for well, I can change time limit in accordance with fair rule. System tell me that I should use this request, TL, that's all. So we have flight segment and PNR. If I want to book a return flight, just use FI entry, the day, return day. Let's check what happened. Well, return day. And then let's book another flight. If there is no seat in desired booking code, I can put it on waiting list. How to do it? Entry will be 0, then line number 2, then booking code and how many seats I want to book. Is the same like the previous entry. System understands that there is no seats in this RBD and put waiting list in my PNR. Then let's add names. How to add the name in PNR? Entry will be minus. Then surname. Then first name. If there is few names, second name, third name, just space and another name. So surname is surname, space the first name, space second name. Then plus and gender, M for male or F for female. For infant it will be the same, or an M or F without any I in gender. Well, this info enough for reservation, but this info not enough for ticketing. Let's add the first passenger, just surname, name, and gender. You can see the first passenger, his surname slash name, and gender, male. Then let's add the second passenger. It will be minus, then surname, name, date of birthday. For example, like this, 2nd October 68 plus M, it's a male, then slash country of this country, slash type of ID, ID number, and expire date. So this passenger has national passport, number of this passport, country of this passport, New Zealand, and expire date of this passport. So this is a full entry for passenger and passenger ID together. Now there is enough information for the second passenger for ticketing second passenger. Then there is no message number of seat in the first line because number of passenger with seat and number of seats are equal. Then time limit. How to change time limit? Just use TL entry. System will price this PNR. System will check fifth category of fare, and system will return the correct time limit. Now, system priced my PNR and return time limit. It's not 30 minutes already, it's, well, few days. I think it's 72 hours after reservation. Now we have two names with enough information for finish PNR. We have flight segment, we have time limit. Let's try to save our modification, but system tell me that there is no phone number in PNR. How to add phone number? Entry will be, okay, just a minute. Okay. Entry for contact is 9, then passenger number 1, M mean mobile phone number, then hash symbol, plus and phone number. This is for mobile phone. Then email. entry will be the same, 9, then passenger number 1, E for email, hash symbol, and then email of this passenger. Now we have phone number in PNR. -1 means that passenger number 1, and then we have email in PNR. -1 means passenger number 1. Also, you can add phone number of your office. Entry will be 9, then T for telephone, hash symbol, and then phone number, without plus, just your office phone number. In this entry, you can add some free text. For example, my office phone number. Now we have phone numbers in PNR and one email. Status of PNR is new. Flight segment status is HS for the first flight segment and LL for return flight. Now we should end this PNR. We should finish this reservation. How to finish PNR? Entry will be E. E means save modification in PNR and close this PNR. If you want to save modification and reopen PNR, use ER entry. Then, if you want ignore modification and close PNR, use I for ignore. If you want ignore modification and reopen PNR, use IR. Well, now let's save our PNR and reopen it. What was changed in PNR after ER entry? Status of PNR. It's not new PNR already. Then system add time and the day when this PNR was created. Let's add infant in this PNR. How to do it? Entry for infant, for adding infant in PNR, is the same like adult passenger. Entry will be minus, then surname, name, then date of birthday, for example, 10th of December 22. So this passenger is under 1 year. Then gender, for example, plus F female, so it's a girl. Then you can add country, then passenger ID code, national passport, then passport number and expired date. Then you should add passenger type. It will be asterisk and passenger type code. For infant, it will be inf. This passenger will be added in passenger block. But as we add asterisk inf in the end of line, system will understand that this passenger not occupied the seat. Well, passenger is added. So I did some modification in PNR, status of PNR not saved. And if I want to save this modification, I should use E or ER entry. If I want to ignore this modification, I should I or IR entry. Let's return baby to PNR. Let's save modification ER. What else? As I add infant in PNR, system create SSR inf automatically. Now it's on request, but when I refresh PNR, it will be asterisk R. We will get HK for the first flight segment, SSR infant HK, and its request on SSR infant on the second flight segment. Why? Because there is waiting list in flight segment status. What else? Passenger number 3, it's infant, and this passenger associate with travel with adult passenger number 2. Minus 2 mean that adult passenger number 2 travel with this baby. Then passenger number 2, there is plus 3. It means that this passenger travel with passenger number 3. If you want to reassociate passenger to infant to another passenger, how to do it? Entry will be minus, then adult passenger number 1 plus number 3. I want to tell system that passenger number 1, adult passenger, travel with passenger number 3. So now you can see that passenger number 1 travel with passenger number 3, and passenger number 3 associated to passenger number 1. Let's save this modification. Well, let's ignore it and let's create another PNR. So I mean ignore, and you can see that PNR is ignored and PNR number. Let's create another PNR. So it will be, for example, Istanbul, Moscow, 20th of August. As you can see, there is an interactive icon on the screen. Well, if you see this hand, you can point to the booking code, click on it twice, then system will show you graphic window. You will see departure and arrival point, the day, booking class, line number. Just add number of seats, for example, 2 seats, and click on booking. And system will do this entry: 0, line number 2, and RBD, and how many seats I want to book. Then let's add one adult passenger, one child passenger, and one infant. So 2 passenger occupied seats and 1 passenger without seat. So it will be, for example, father, it's surname, Father John, for example. Then let's add full information about this passenger. Date of birthday, for example, 20th of December 90. Then it's a man plus M. Then country of citizenship is New Zealand, for example, slash type of ID NP national passport, number of this ID slash expire day. Next line, minus. Well, it will be, for example, father's son. It will be a child. Date of birthday will be 20th of January 2018. It will be a boy plus M slash citizenship slash passenger ID, type and number, / expire day. Then you can, if as it's a child, I should add passenger type code asterisk, and for child it will be CNN. Next line. Let's add infant. It will be father's daughter. Birthday is, for example, 10 of August 22, plus female, it's a girl, / citizenship country, / passenger ID type and number, and / expire day. Also, for example, 30th of December 32. Then it's infant, so it should be asterisk and passenger type code. So you can add names in PNR in few lines, 3 names in one transaction. You can see that child associated with adult passenger and infant associated with adult passenger. Then system add SSR infant automatically in this PNR. Then we can change time limit by TL entry. Time limit is changed. And then let's add phone number and mail to this PNR. 9. Then passenger number 1, M for mobile, or H for home, or B for business, hash symbol, plus for mobile phone number and this phone number. And 9. Passenger number 1, E for email, hash symbol and email of this passenger. Now it's enough information for create PNR. Let's save modification ER and R reopen PNR. Well, if you want to, let's add return flight, for example, Sochi, Istanbul. Well, it will be Sochi, Istanbul, 30th of August. Let's book 0. Let's book from the third line. RBD will be E, for example, and how many seats? 2 seats. Return flight is from Sochi. There is no connection between these two flights. If I'll try to save modification, system will tell me that segment number 2 doesn't connect with previous flight segment by departure point. Yes, our passenger arrived to Sheremetyevo and departure from Sochi. How to add surface segment in PNR? Entry will be 0, then ARNK, unknown arrival segment, and /2. What does it mean, 2? I want to put this surface segment between these two flights. So I should put this surface segment on the second line in PNR. /2 means second line in PNR. Now unknown arrival segment is in PNR. Now I can save modification. Everything is saved. If you want to add open day in PNR, how to do it? Entry will be 0 because we are going to add flight segment in PNR. Then airline code then maybe flight segment number, for example, for example, number 16, then asterisk, then booking code, for example, N again, then a pair of airport, for example, Sheremetyevo, St. Petersburg, and then OP like open. And how many seats? 0, it's entry, then airline and flight segment, then asterisk and booking code, pair of airport, status OP, open, and how many seats. Now we have add open flight segment in PNR. Well, I added flight segment number. No, I added flight number. No problem. In ticket, there will not be flight number, just airline code. Now let's ignore this modification. Well, if you want to add seats available in PNR, let me ignore this. Let me open another window. Ignore PNR. Well, how to add seat available in PNR? Entry will be 0. Then airline code minus flight number asterisk RBD booking code, then pair of airports, then SA, and how many seats you want to add in PNR. Let me repeat this entry. So 0 is entry, then flight number asterisk RBD, city airport pair, SA, its flight segment status, seat available, and how many seats you want to add. Let me ignore this modification. So now you know how to add mandatory elements in PNR. For flight segment, you can open availability, and then you can use this entry 0 to add flight segment in PNR. Then names. Entry for add names in PNR is minus. Minimum information is surname, name, maybe another name, plus gender. It's enough for create PNR, but it's not enough for ticketing. For ticketing, you should add date of birthday, then gender minus citizenship country, passenger ID code, national passport, for example, passenger ID number, and expire date. For child, you should add asterisk and passenger type code CNN. For infant, you should add asterisk and inf like passenger type code. Then time limit. System, when you start create PNR, system will add default time limit. It will be 30 minutes after reservation. You should change time limit in accordance with fair rules. Entry will be TL. System will price PNR, check fifth category of fair rules, and return in PNR the correct time limit. The last mandatory element in PNR is phone number. Entry is 9. Then phone number should be associated with some passenger number 1, number 2, so on. Then type of phone could be M mobile, H home, B business. Then hash symbol. For mobile phone number, it should be plus, then country, then provider code, and then phone number. For mail, email, entry will be 9, then passenger number, for example, 1, then E for email, hash symbol, and mail of our passenger. Then PNR should be changed by E for ER, E for save modification and close PNR, ER save modification and reopen PNR. Or if you want to ignore modification or ignore a new PNR, use I for ignoring and closing PNR or IR, ignore and reopen PNR.